Okay. Um, First of all, I just want to say thank you, God. Uh, whatever horrible things I'm going to go through, I got the chance to see this low life for what they truly are. The reality they try to create, the nastiness they try to make me accept, is something that I can never let them live their fantasy. Let me just say that better. It is impossible to not see what they do. It is impossible to not see the pattern of how they've been manipulating people around the world. It's impossible to not see the trend and the patterns of the type of tactics they've applied onto people, and the games and the repetitions and psyop they've been trying to create is now cannot fit. They are truly seen for the cowards, the lowlife, and the pedophiles that they truly are. By every means, I've been validated, but that's what they do. By every means, I've been validated that there is a problem with pedophilia with the entities running these programs. By any means, I've seen how cowardly they are. In every ways, it's been shown the trash and how low life they are. Using children, childlike individuals, and bottom feeders to try to condition you into disgusting pedophilia ways. So for that, God, I want to thank God, and you have to be thankful, because I don't know if I will be this strong in knowing who I am. I don't know if I'll be this strong in dealing with what I'm dealing with if I didn't have this level of validations. If every morning I could just wake up after being manipulated all night in disturbing ways and listen back to back to back to back to back things that they can never erase because it's too much of a reality. I don't know if I would be able to maintain this level of self-respect and self-strength if I could just wake up in 2 seconds and listen to every nasty things they can do, which is exactly what they've been doing to me since day one. I don't know if I would be listening to this trash talking how they're gonna kill me, and now thinking, okay, who's talking to you? Who? These are the people who are gonna torture you. If I didn't have all this validation, in front of them, I can even listen to that. They can bring up whatever manipulation they make me experience. I'm like, this is what you've been doing, and this is what you're going to be doing to others. Nasty bottom feeders. You know, I was hearing this trash talking to me. Tell me you're going to be their lucky charms and this and that and this. And the things they refer to is basically they tell me how they're going to frame me. You've guessed it, it's going to be pedophilia centric. These people live in one way. The lifestyle they live, the work style they're part of is going to be very pedophilia centric. And I hear this trash like our 4-year-old. And what they're trying to refer to is to try to talk about what I did when I was in middle school, what I did, whatever, to myself. You've guessed it. One of the first things I did this morning is to listen to what they do to 4-year-old kids and 5-year-old kids with Down syndrome, sexually torturing them. They're involved in this program that does that to children. That's the first thing I listen to. They listen to how they suffocate a 7-year-old, listen to how they torture a child that's 4 and 5-year-old in ways that's sexual, and a 3-year-old. Immediately. Because this kind of things they do to children is the kind of things that if somebody noticed and recognized them for being involved in, that is something that they could easily be killed for. For the simple fact that they're involved in a program that children as young as 3 years old are sexually tortured for the purpose of developing a technology. What I'm saying is not something special. I'm saying if you knew somebody was involved in some kind of program, in some kind of project where human samples, test subjects are inclusive of children, would you want to? Would you not think about maybe killing that person? Would be maybe only right. Of course, I'm not saying to do that, but the way they try to project and create this false reality is just something else. They try to minimize the reality of what they're part of and try to exaggerate what you did as a child. It's like, oh, a 4-year-old. Yes, you're 4-year-old that you torture. You're not a child who do some damn thing to yourself. You guys are grown-ass men and women. Some of you have even children. Involved in a program where torturing children is part of this program that is improving the technology. That a woman could be literally say, me and my young child have been used as test subjects. You piece of shit. These people are trash and low life. And that night, what they were doing to me, they were training my brain. They do this pedophilia type of torture, where they were literally forcing me to get sexual stimulation and make me think of babies and children of all sorts. 2 in the morning, dedicate their life doing this nastiness. What kind of human being you think these people are? Listen, I'm not saying to be aggressive toward these bottom feeders. They are trash, and matter of fact, they should continue to live this nasty low life like this. They need to live this nasty, trashy life as long as they can. There's nothing fierce. I'm listening to a 10-year-old who got shot in the foot, on the leg, because trash like them are pushing people to lose their mind, and they're the trash, cowardly, and hiding behind, this technology, because this is what this technology is about. It's about how sophisticated it can be, to do things to you remotely. So they're not looking for the bravest. Bravery is not needed in this program for this participant. Matter of fact, why would they create this level of sophisticated technology if bravery is what they need? No, they need people who can sit down and dedicate their time somewhere comfortable doing these things to people. But I will see them for the losers and the cowards that they are. Whatever opportunity they got. And let me say that there's people who have accomplished way more than I did ever in my life and will do. But I swear to God that you lose everything you ever worked for, every self-respect you ever gained when you involve yourself in this program. I don't care what the hell you have done in your past. Some of these people have done nothing. So this is like a chip on the shoulder, a way to feel special. Nasty bottom feeders, but they get see for what they are truly in front of them. And some of them are shocked to find out that the entities, for example, we know that the Department of Defense is running this program. It's not this bottom feeders, this fierce trash. It's not this. It's not this kind of people, and they come in all shape and form. I've shown you like the different races, the different But please understand, target individual, what you see and who's really running the program is two different things. These people here are not running this program. Department of Defense and governmental entities as such, and the intelligence committee is running this program. They are contracting individuals from all around the world. They use third parties and other entities to help them, implement these things, but they're not the one running the show. Those departments of defense, these entities at the Department of Defense, have been having problem pedophilia for a long time, being consistently ranked for how much child pornography they've been trafficking within these networks. This is not things I make up. They have a whole fucking ranking in regard of trafficking child porn. They were ranked in 2018. 2018, not too long ago. These child protective services that was ranking all the networks in the United States, the computer networks, the computer system networks. The Department of Defense, out of 3,000, out of 2,900 to be specific, to be even more specific, out of 2,891. Let's round it to 2,900. The Department of Defense was ranked 19th out of 2,891. This is not a ranking that I made up. This is truly a ranking that Child Protective Services, the internet watchdog of child porn, ranked the Department of Defense. This is not made up. This trash right now, their job is to counter this reality. This is the way they need to live. This is the level of self-humiliation they need to live. Wow. They're working day in and day out to manipulate your brain in this disgusting pedophilia. In every way you look at them, you got to look at them for the trash that they are. I'd rather be a lucky charm, basically being raped, but because what they tell me, they're gonna frame me, and I'm gonna be raped, I'm gonna torture you, gonna be tore up. It's like you're gonna be castrated. It's like all of that is not gonna change this ranking. All of that's not gonna change what you guys do to children as young as 4 years old, even younger, 3-week-old babies. This horrible thing this horrible ways I'm gonna die. I'll reassure you, there is no way I will want to trade places with people who do the things you do. Coward, low life that sound fierce from afar. What these people deserve is not even on this earth. Trash. And I know who put me in this program. On top of that, you came and said the name of this trash. Thank you, God. They were, at night, they were making me think of children and forcing me to get stimulation. They were conditioning my brain. Can you imagine being up at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, doing that to people? Because your brain is when it's like more influenceable. To train him and train your brain to think about kids in a sexual way. Imagine that was your life while working for entities that have this kind of ranking. Then they try to find ways to say, now you rape this. Now we know what you guys do to women. These people use sexual torture onto women. If they can torture children sexually, what do you think they do to women? If they torture a 3-4-year-old child, 4 or 5-year-old child, what do you think they do to women? These piece of shit are the trash of the earth, no matter what they tell you. No matter what's happening, whatever you go through, even if they treat you as the trash as shit target individual, they're just projecting reality. They're projecting reality because they know who's the true trash. It's okay. You know, I see them, or at least I try to see them as, listen, they are the bottom feeders. That's the life they're living. To even cope with what they do, they try to tell themselves they are war, they're losers. Go see what's happening in Ukraine, in those war zones. Trust me, they're not wearing PJs doing what you do. These people are trash. Nasty bottom feeders. And I'm so thankful I got to see things and hear testimonies. You know, at night they were like trying to say, no, but how could have you done what you did when you were kids? Like a child can do that, yes. Middle school. Yes, that's what the mentality of a child. The brain of a kid who just hit puberty can do something like that. Matter of fact, that happens more often than you think. Especially when it's an impulsive moment of a child, yes. But how can you do what you do? That's the true question. It's like they like twist reality to the point like, no, actually, yes, a child is capable of doing this. Is a developing brain of a child. But how can you do what you do? Well, I know how you can do what you do. But that's the real question. How can you be involved in a program where I actually torture children sexually? This is the thing I'm going to hear right now. You know that. I know what you guys do to 4-year-old and 5-year-old kids. You know that, right? You know this Department of Defense technology, when it's applied onto children, that you know the kind of harm it does to them, right? And you're here trying to talk about a middle schooler, a kid whose brain was just... Do you think I'm going to let you escape? And on top of that, knowing the ranking of the entities running this program, you fucking pedos, you think you can gaslight me into forgetting this reality? Delusional trash. I'm not even going to bring up what they do to women. This another level. Oh my gosh. It's another level. Oh, the sexual torture that you hear a woman goes through. It's not even discharges, yeast infection, all kind of nastiness, and then refusals of even treatment from whatever happened to them sexually. Because the hospitals are part of it. The police is part of it. All kind of entities. So when women go to the hospital, try to get treatment from even the what they dealt with, even that is a refusal of that. In every way, you just see the trash for what they are. Now, I understand what this is about. I don't know why you do that. You want me to say that? It's because this is part of the breakdown of the target individual. We are test subjects. Governmental entities, for years, for decades and decades, since even the 60s, even perhaps even the 50s, they've been working on how to manipulate and alter the mind. and control behaviors. One example that is officially there, but obviously it's more than that, DARPA. This morning I was listening. Project Pandora in 65, at least according to the paperwork. They're working on electromagnetic radiation and applying it onto the human mind to see the reactions of how they can, how it will affect the brain. In the sole purpose to see how they can alter the brain. That's in the 60s. Today, of course, they have mastered it. They're just adding precision to it. The tactics of doing the pedophilia type of torture is a breakdown tactic. The reason why they do that is because they are trying to break you down, to depattern you, so they can rebuild you in different ways. In the midst of repatterning you, they have better ability to control your thoughts, your mind, control you. This is why they use this pedophilia type of torture. They want you to look at yourself in this disturbing way. Kind of break your ego, your self-image. That's why they have this trash, gimmicky low life that works day in and day out to make you think about children in sexual ways. Then you'd be like, oh, now you're too, never to do. They are bottom feeders. They're truly a human trash of this earth. Why would they do that? They can't control anything that happens in their life. They can plan for it and hope for the best. Life in there for them is to be determined. Don't know what's going to happen, just like anybody else. You could be okay tomorrow, you can be sick. You never know what's going to happen to you. I'm sure some of them have less control of their life than others. You can see by the level of dedication one have in this program. The more dedicated they involved in this, it means your real life probably is a little more unstable. But they feel like gods in when they're just nobodies. This comes all shape and form. There's people as CEO. There's people who have partaken. Like, you know how intoxicating to feel this power of being able to manipulate a human being. I was on the call with this bottom feeder, this nothing little weird squirrel looking motherfucker. Excuse my language. I'm listening to the mass shooting that just killed 18 people. I listen to the entities that run this program filled with pedophiles. And you know how he wanted to feel strong? He said something, hey, okay, thank you everybody. I know when they say that, they talk about what's happening to my brain because these entities, like these multiple individuals that are like manipulating my brain. I heard myself say bye-bye. Like, this is what I usually say, so it's not like a crazy manipulation. But I could feel that it was not me who said that. They start laughing, and they close. Like, look at this trash. This is what they live off. Nothing's going to change in his life. But there's different versions like that. Feeling special. I understand what this is about. I know the real purpose behind the reason why they really torture children, even 4 years old. They're 4-year-old. 4-year-old with Down syndrome, by the way. So not only they're just 4 years old, but they have mental handicap. So then they even below a 4-year-old. The reason why they would torture these babies is not just because they want to harm children. It's because there's a purpose to break down somebody, to rebuild them and to depattern them. The 4-year-old with Down syndrome, that child, those children, because it's a 4 and 5-year-old, they were climbed to a woman who's a target individual, and to break her down, they were torturing the children. Just like this woman, Catherine Nestor, dealing with the fact that she's a target individual and her child is also a test subject, where they tortured both of them. The psychological breakdown that you see when your own child, your young child, I don't know how young, but young child, is being tortured, while how it impacts her. That's part of it. This is the trash hub. No, this is what they do to just improve this technology. Do you understand? I'm aware of that. So I'd rather be a lucky charm and get raped and tortured every day of my life than having to live life to counter reality before I die. Before whatever's going to happen to me happens to me that I don't know is going to happen to me. But hey, guess what? I know what's going to happen to this person. Target individuals, stay strong. Stay strong. whatever nastiness they make you experience, do not identify with this manipulation. That's their job. They live life right now, currently, while you're around, to depattern you, but dedicating their life in this disgusting pedophilia reality they've been working for entities that's super devious. In every level, pedophilia is just nasty world that they're in. And they try, for me at least, they try to make that sound like a fierce thing. Like they were dared. You're dared to work for governmental entities that are 19th out of 2900 in regard to trafficking child porn. Yes. Let that be the daring life that you live for the rest of your life. Stay strong, target individual.